What's up, the name's Jess, and welcome back to the stream. So, I just exited. Okay, thank you. Okay, professional over here. So, welcome back to Vault Milestone 1. So, last time we met a new friend, we got into a bar fight, blah blah, yada yada yada. All that kind of stuff. You can see it if the stream's live right now, you can see it in the streaming now video I have, but if not, you can just watch it in the earlier video. It's kind of a lot that happens. Thank you, Baka Baka Watermelons. Thanks for the love. So, let's just get ourselves started. So, sorry for the low volume music. Copyright's gonna hit me if I do not. So selfie. Okay. Let's just get relaxed. How y'all doing today? She's late. By the way, right now I think they're meeting up with Rize, whatever it is. Rune. Oh, I think it's Rune. So it's 12:20. Well, let's wait a little longer. Just a little longer. She still doesn't come. Are you two selfieing in Ritona? Ooh, man. Whew, this is new. There's never been a man in a series like this. We turn around to find a tall man standing behind us. My full attention focuses straight on his eyes. They were sharp, almost combative. They weren't the kind to let just anyone get close to him. Maybe he was born with them? Just what kind of life would one have to live to get such a sad gaze like that? And you are? My name is Rune Shevitz, CEO of the Shevitz Comp. No, I suppose that title means nothing to like you two. Long story short, I'm Sarah's owner. Sarah? Owner of Sarah? Is that some kind of store? That's the thing that was accompanying you that night before. Last night? Do you mean the girl we were with yesterday? Rune? What? Upon hearing his name, his face stiffens up. Calling yourself Rune now, is that right? Yes, she was. Ooh, this might be the weird thing that Ritona was sniffing around. Rune lets out an exasperated sigh. Let's get one thing straight. I don't know what lies that thing has told you, but what you've spent the entirety of yesterday is, without a doubt, Sarah. Could you please stop addressing Rune if she were a thing? What's wrong with referring to an object as an object? Why, you... I glared at him with an intent to intimidate. It's what do you want with us? Oh, is that so? Rune seems to have come to a conclusion of sorts as he silently approaches me straight on. As we stand very across each other, the difference in height becomes glaringly obvious. Well, it's not too bad, I mean. Not as much as this one. I only just barely come up to his chin. I instinctively got myself into a defensive stance, and then... Your eyes are absolutely exquisite. Time stops. My body is frozen still. What kind of person is he now? Should we trust him or should we trust Rune? I break out in a cold sweat all over my body. Their lush brilliance, the deep color of your irises, such splendid eyes, as if they were radiating a faint glow of light. It was nothing more than cringeworthy cliched lines one after the other. Or it should have, had the glaze in his eyes staring straight at me, not swirling full of hatred and anger. Ritona, I see. I heard you were travelers, but for you to have been outsiders. I'm like, excuse me? What do you want from us? So be it. Rune distances himself again from us. Just who is this man? There has to be a limit to how far you could take xenophobia. Is that the fear of aliens or something? Ritona, are you okay? I'm I'm fine. This just caught me by surprise, that's all. Back to the topic at hand. What on earth did you tell Sarah? I can't imagine it could inspire her to take such unexplainable actions. Now just a moment here, I'm telling you that the girl we were with yesterday was Rune. If you're going to keep insisting she's Sarah, then we'd like to see some proof. Oh, true, yeah. You're smart. You're thinking. Using your cap, your thinking cap, fam. It's a good job. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to explain everything just for you. Let's put it this way. I'm her overseer. You're Rune's overseer? You haven't been making sense at all this entire time. This morning we found Sarah leaving my company's mines with sediment on its person. What? Mine? We're currently excavating it. Sarah must have thought we wouldn't notice someone taking some class 4 sediment. Stealing from the mines just to give it to people like you? Outsiders. What was it thinking, I swear? Excavating. Well, it's just the work I do is a little special. It's a pretty unique way of making a living in this place. Ooh. She's a sketchy one, ain't she? Don't tell me. No way. Rune is a mine worker? Well, I think you just got your answer. Just how slow do you have to be? Look, Rune does not exist. Okay, look, whoever we were with yesterday, Sarah was it? Is she a laborer in a mana mine? She is. And what of it? This is an outrage. Are you insane? Working in a mana mine with all that frail, dainty body? She couldn't possibly be doing this on her own will. Own will? There's no such thing. I give it orders and it carries them out. That's all there is to it. Do you mean just like she's a slave, I guess? She's a slave? Exactly, that's what I was thinking. What? Are you treating Rune as a slave? This country still practices slavery? This is just too much. You say that you made friends with Sarah, but for it not to have told you something so important, considering your friends, you ought to be exasperated. Please answer me. Is Rune a slave under your possession? Sophine, that's a preposterous question. My time isn't worth having to educate people who've completely misconstrued this entire situation like you from the very beginning. And I have little to gain once you do understand. So you go out of your way to meet us, but you won't even tell us anything? Now, no need to look so disappointed. I came here to pay you back for your time. When he speaks to us, he takes out a finely shaped sediment from his pocket. The sediment was clear as glass without a single impurity. Class 1 sediment. Considering how much sediment costs in the outer pole, one must wonder how much this must cost. You two want some sediment, am I right? Here, I kept you waiting, so take this. No thank you. Rather than that, I'd like to hear the full story behind all this. Okay. I see how you're doing, I see how you do. There's too much trouble, so I'll just skip to the end. Rune's not a slave. Those two aren't even remotely comparable. To make things clear and simple, it broke the company's rules, and we've taken the best steps possible to make sure that this doesn't happen again. If you want any more information beyond that, then conduct your own investigation. And if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? What happened to Rune? No, Sarah. Why do you have to concern yourself with that? Because she's our friend. Sophie immediately responds in a loud voice, her patience seeming to have run dry. Rune stole some sediment. That's the issue here, right? Then I'll just pay you back for it. So don't do anything to Rune. And here I was wondering what you had to say. You do realize that this entire incident happened because you don't have any money to actually pay for sediment, right? Well, that might be the case for us right now, but once we return home, you're telling me to trust someone I've only just met? Yes, smart cookie. This isn't something you can solve with just your emotions. Rhoda once again begins to walk away. Wait, I'm a mana crafter. Huh. Rihanna. If you can give me any empty sediment, I could fill it with purified mana. But the stones the size that you're holding, I could easily top up 10, even 20 of them. Hello, Shios. Yeah, Shios Man 117. How you doing today? Okay. Rune, I guess. So that's how you pronounce it. Rune. I guess. I'll try to pronounce it like that, but okay. Let me just get myself a little more company. Well, how about that? Well, we still have a problem. You're a rather desperate girl, especially for you to make such remarks in a public place like this. Here I thought you had your head on straight. I suppose I overestimated you. Well, come on. Purifying mana from human? That's an extremely valuable research on the part, right? I'd say it's quite a good deal. Good grief, how utterly naive. Look, let me share some insight with you. When it comes to crime and punishment, the system does not exist simply to fix the crime. It must be a system that can reform the behavior and psyche of whoever committed the crime. Apologies and reparations are just a byproduct, a formality, in other words, nothing more. Isn't there anything at all we can do? Nothing. The fact that I, the victim of this matter, haven't demanded anything from you means that the matter's already been resolved. I simply came here to hear your side of your things, but it doesn't look like there's any point in that. But more importantly, both of you had better not forget about the mana shock. I'll around here long enough and you won't be able to leave the outer pole. Especially you, with the red eyes. Based on the glow in your eyes, I'd say you have 3 days left here. Excuse me? I'm talking about mana shock. You're from the outside, right? There's no way you don't know about it. You can find that out much. You can find out that much just by looking at someone's eyes? Who is this man? Leave. That's the best course of action for you right now. Well, if you want to end up being unable to leave the outer pole for the rest of your life, then that's a different story. Rio finally parts from us, leaving behind that final sardonic remark. Whew, boy. Apparently she doesn't have that long. How is she exactly gonna leave? I mean, she doesn't have a map or anything, so... GG, well played. Let me just scoot into the center of this thing. Bullshit just went down from someone we barely even know. What do you think, Ryutona? Huh? Ryutona? I don't know. Selphine continues to stare in the direction that Ruto left, her face showing refusal to accept the outcome. It's natural. Even I can't accept this. So, Rune is a slave? I'm not sure. Ruto's explanation was extremely vague, as if he is intentionally speaking in circles to obscure something. Ryutona? Yes? I was wondering what my father would have done if he were in our place, but struggling to find the answer. Slavery. I've only ever heard about it in stories. If King Valahar were here. Ooh, choices! First choice in the game, chapter 3 already. Ooh, boy. I would think he would intervene, like Jesus. We're talking about her. Sure, you'd intervene one way or another. Perhaps now, or at a later opportunity. Yes, you're right. Rune, or Sarah was it? Her safety is certainly a concern. More importantly, he would have found out whether or not slavery is still being practiced here. Probe and investigate. That was one of King Valhar's favorite phrases. While the other countries often took issue straight to the battlefield, Rishingheid has always prioritized conducting a thorough investigation first to determine the proper course of action. Okay, this isn't exactly the most Japanese game. Sorry, just reading to one in the chat. Okay, thanks for the okay, thanks for the insight, Shios man. Love ya. On their culture, their characters and nation, their values, the maintenance of the path down, taking it all into consideration to find true justice. However, if slavery really was being practiced here, then that simply isn't an issue of different cultural values. In this world, there are things that are absolutely evil, and I believe it is a part of Rusenhein's duty as a representative of the Alliance to stamp out these evils. There's no justice in allowing the exploitation of people for the selfish desire of others. Yes, violence is certainly out of the question, but we can get a little rough. In this day and age, lines between good and evil are blurred. That's why, as people who can extend a hand to others, we must take more aggressive action. Even if we can't affect any change this instant, we must at least take action. At the very least, I'd like to confirm Rune's safety. Delphine's clouded, satisfied expression brightened considerably, but still, I don't think I can come to a decision. Her expression once again clouds up. Mana shock, right? Yeah. This isn't something for me to decide on my own. True, I mean, if you accidentally spend too long, yeah, you're done diddly screwed. However, there's no need to worry about anything. I've already come to a decision on my own. We'll set a time limit. What? I mean, that man, Rune. He told us 3 days, but I feel like that's cutting it too close. Let's pin it at 2 days. No matter what the outcome, we leave the outer pole the day after tomorrow. Till then, we do our best to help. Is that alright with you? Yeah. Well then, your orders? Britona. Yes? Let's help Rune out. Ooh, we're gonna help her. It shall be done, my lady. We began our investigation by asking the residents of the town we met. I recall the route we took as we did our shopping. This is a central district. The person closest here should be probably the lady at the general store. We come across a well-rounded lady whom we purchased a map from yesterday as she was cleaning her storefront. Oh, they have. Oh yeah, I forgot they have a map. They do. Excuse me. Do you have a moment? Oh, welcome back. Is there anything I can help you with today? Actually, we have a few questions about Rune. Do you mind sharing a bit of your time with us? Rune? Oh my, what could that be? Huh? What do you mean? Don't you remember us? What are you talking about? Don't play jokes on me. Of course I'd remember what happened just 1 day ago. She's the girl that was with us. The girl who was with you was Sarah, right? Looks like we'll have to use Sarah from here on out. What's wrong? Your faces look pale. Yesterday she introduced herself to us as Rune. Oh my, I wonder why she'd do that. I apologize for my rudeness earlier, but I'd like to clarify things. The girl who was with us today is named... Wasn't she there yesterday? The girl who was with us today is named Sarah, yes? Yep, that's right. Lady shakes her head. Sarah's been assigned to maintenance work on the power grid here, and I see her maybe once a month. Power grid? You see that box-looking thing over there? She points to a box sitting in the corner of her store. There are a number of long cylinders jutting out of the box extending down into the ground. I guess she gets in charge of, like, electricity. Whatever. I mean, it's not the worst job, but it's definitely gonna be dangerous for someone as frail and tiny looking as she was. What is that? You don't know about the grid? Sure, behind the times for someone so young. You know about the mana mine outside town? They extract mana from there and send it through pipes every household here. So there's some kind of filter or something or other in that box. It has to be replaced once every month. The one who does that for us every month is Sarah. So her work isn't just excavating in the mines. That's why I'm sure of it. Maybe you just heard wrong? That can't be it. She was very particular about her name when she was talking with Delphine, so I remember it very clearly. No, why did she use a pseudonym? A reason to intentionally use a false name? Perhaps she was part of some kind of scam? No, if this were a scam, then Rune should have taken me up on my offer the mana. If they were both accomplices, then that would have made much more sense. However, Rune refused my offer without a second thought. So if this wasn't a scam, then what could it be? I'm completely confused, to be honest. Alright then, does anything come to mind when we mention the name Rune? Rune, eh? Well, it's just a normal girl's name. She stops talking mid-sentence. Her expression darkens as well, or so it seems to me. Now that you mention it, I remember one particular girl called Rune, but the story isn't a pleasant one. What do you mean by that? At the Shehevitz, there was a girl who was named that. Oh, I mean the family, not the company. But apparently she died about 6 years ago. Huh? Maybe she's a ghost. Ooh. She died? I don't really know the details myself. It's all just old rumors, but I don't know what is and isn't truth. But the fact that the Shevitz family had a daughter named Rune. Well, I've never seen her since, so maybe the rumor of her dying really is true. Could we have the details of that story? The girl was the devil in disguise. Some people believe that, others didn't. But I'm sure she was. That damn girl should have never been born in the first place. But please calm down. We're talking about a mere child here. She was a little naughty, regardless of what happened. She's still a child. Referring to her that way isn't really fitting. If we were talking about any normal child, I'd agree with you there. But you just don't know who she was. That's why you can still think that way. Are you that certain? I'll have you know, I have 3 kids of my own. I've experienced more than my fair share of bratty little kids. That Rune, she's just worlds apart. Everywhere she went, you could bet a disaster soon followed. It's hard to imagine her lying about all of this. But she was still just a child, right? How do I put it? She'd make your hair stand on end. I heard rumors that she would be violent when out of sight, but when you met her in person, she'd be so prim and proper it was almost sickening. She acted very mature, even though she was just a little child. Every time you spoke with her, it felt like she was planning something. At the age of 7, she managed to put that kind of pressure on an adult many times her size. You'd understand why I met if you met her too. Well, not that you can, though. Now she's dead. Say, Ritana? Yes? You mentioned Shevitz. Do you think they have anything to do with that Rudo person? Wait, don't tell me. Did you actually meet Rudo? Yeah, just a while ago at the central Oh my word, that's just unheard of. What do you mean? I've never heard of him ever just walking around town like that. Say, was that Rune related to Rudo somehow? She was his little sister. Poor Rudo. He's still so young, but both his parents and his little sister passed away one after the other. Now he has to manage the entire company by himself. Huh? Excuse me. Oh, I'll be right there. Sorry, girls. Looks like story time's over. I've got a customer. Sorry for coming during your business hours, but we appreciate the information. Thank you. So, we might be dealing with a ghost on our hands. His little sister. Looks like we got more questions than we have answers, eh? Is this the girl we met yesterday? Rudo's little sister? Well, I wouldn't bet on it. Maybe say that. Maybe the rumors that she died were all wrong. She did say it was a long time ago and that she doesn't remember it so well. If that's true, then maybe that means Rudo treats his little sister as an object and forces her to work in the mana mines like a slave, wouldn't it? Maybe it's something that isn't out of the ordinary for the country. I certainly don't want to imagine this kind of scenario, though. Pardon-moi. Huh? Ritona? What is it? Are you alright? You're looking a little pale. I feel slightly lethargic. It's also a heat I feel. It's quite unpleasant. Strange, like every muscle in my body is slowly losing tension. Mana inside my body seems to be diffusing outwards thanks to the osmotic pressure from the difference in mana concentrations. I'm fine. But more importantly, how are you feeling, Selphine? I'm feeling perfectly fine. Alright. You must be feeling mana shock, right? I wonder why I feel perfectly fine. This is just a theory. It's said that the use of mana has an effect of shortening one's lifespan. Royalty need to be able to live as long as they possibly can as well. That being the case, they don't use Kravit in their day-to-day lives. Using Kravit that they could instead have an attendant perform is actually considered taboo. They mustn't trouble themselves with the hassle of daily routine. There are far more important things for them to concern themselves with. Naturally, Selphine's no exception to this. Probably because, unlike me, you don't use any Maverick Kravit on a daily basis, which means the onset of symptoms take longer. Small relief. If my symptoms worsen, then I can use that as a basis to determine when the onset of mana shock will occur for Selphine. Ritona. Milady? This is another order. Selphine looks at me straight in the eyes as she continues. Take care of yourself. Oh, she's caring about her. If you feel that you're in danger, then I want to leave the outer pole immediately. So please, if it comes sooner than the 3-day limit, let me know as soon as you can. I understand. For the time being, I truly do feel fine. It's probably just my unfamiliarity with the sensation I'm experiencing for the very first time. Okay. However, we don't have any concrete plan for while we're here in the outer pole, so that's not exactly very good. Just asking around isn't very efficient either. There's someone who knows the ins and outs of the cities that we can speak with? Say, Ritona. Yes? Oh yeah, Hertz one. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, that was a short chapter. We already went through chapter 3, okay. Okay. Interesting. It's only been a half hour, so might as well do chapter 4. Growly's apparel. Glad to be close. What again? Closed right in the middle of the day? Is he at the tavern again? The tavern at this time of day? No, I think he's inside. Huh? I gently push against the door, and it opens. I knew it. Can we just go in like this? Most likely. So you're not 100% sure? Wait for me. Whoop, they're just barging in, breaking and entering. Hey, Hertz one, you in here? I intentionally call out for him in a loud voice. My hunch is right. Whoa, there's someone over there. Looks like I was spot on. Selphine quickly hides herself behind my back. Hertz one, sorry to intrude, but we need to talk with you. There's something in there, Ritona. I could hear some creepy creature's voice. It's alright. That creature's pretty weakened right now. The voice I hear from behind the shop sounds like the distillation of all the hatred in this world into a single audible groan. Well, you can't, I wouldn't say it that far, but, you know, whatever. Oh, there he is. I hit the spot. Hertz one smacks at the food that Selphine cooked up to help him recover from his hangover. So, if you want seconds, just let me know. This man just experienced the greatest luxury of his life. Country's princess just cooked him up a meal to help him through his hangover. You better be grateful for that meal. Are you mad, Ritona? Should I cook you up something too? I'm not angry, no, not in the slightest. Whew, this stuff brings you back to life. Hey Missy, how old are you? You sure know how to cook up a meal to sober up an old drunk like me. I just love cooking. And I've been cooking up stuff like this every time Ritona get I cover Selphine's mouth with feel light. I guess you're a little drunky yourself. We all have our guilty pleasures. Selphine, now that we've settled down, why don't we move on to the reason why we're here? Oh, right. Please don't share information that doesn't need to be shared. No idea what's going on, but it looks like I owe you one again. You got a question? Shoot. Thank you. Before we get into that, a toast for us meeting again. As he declares it, he takes out a flash from inside his pockets. You little dummy. Like, you just got over a hangover. Starts drinking immediately again. I mean, where's the logic in that, fam? Where is it? I can't find any. We're speechless. Sarah? No, can't say I've heard of her before. She was the other girl who was with us yesterday. Well, I've never met her since yesterday, then. Basically, the only people I know are the customers of my shop and the regulars of the tavern. Is that so? Suppose she doesn't come to this part of town all too often. He does have a point. She did say it was a long time since she last had a meal at the tavern, which means it's very rare for her to come here. Does this store use that power grid? You girls from a different era or something? Of course we're using the power grid. Apologies, we're rather behind on the information about this place. It ain't just this place. Not a single place in this entire island that doesn't make use of the grid. Got your own use to deal with, right? You need to look into that stuff, or else you're not going to be able to follow the conversation. If you don't do your research beforehand, everyone's going to give you the evil eye, got it? Discount 'Lucina' vibe? Lucina, that... Who's Lucina again? You gotta remind me who Lucina is, my dude. Thank you for the warning. Damn, how many times were we warned about this already? Anyway, so about Sarah. She's apparently working with the Savitz Enterprise. She handles changing the filters on the grid. Wouldn't she come here every so often for that? Nope, and if she's with Savitz, that's all the more reason for her not to come here. How come? On the side of town doesn't come from Savitz. Ours comes from Yves. Yves? That's right, they're the one and only rival of Savitz. Instead of siphoning Manda from the ground or mines like Savitz, Yves extracts it straight from the air and purifies it. From the air? This air here has no mana. We're in the outer pole, right? But the border between this place and the outer pole is just full of it. I only got all the details myself, but that mana from the air, was it colored mana or something? See, colored mana isn't like the purified mana that you get from the ground. You can't just use it as is. Purifying that mana and then distributing it is what Hifez does. Well, anyway, I don't know about their free time, but the Havit's employees ain't gonna be coming here on the company time, that's for sure. Then, do you know anything about a girl named Rune? Suddenly, Hertz 1 freezes. The moment he heard the name, he reacted like the lady from the general store. Hertz 1 took a large swig in his flask and breathed a small sigh. That's a pretty heavy name to bring out. So is Rune really that much of a problem child? Problem child? That's way too late. She was a devil spawn. Another comparison to the devil. She took out my nephew's right eye. Really? Huh? What? What do you mean? Sorry, but I don't want to talk about this. And I want to spit on the grave of a kid who's kicked the bucket. No. What's the matter? I figured I shouldn't really stick my neck where it doesn't belong, but you two did save my life and all. This man there named Albus in the Savitz Enterprise. Anyone who can answer your questions, it gotta be him. For the meantime, head to the tavern tomorrow. I'm sure you'll meet him there. Well, guess we're me and that dude. Cha-cha. Ooh. Are we gonna learn more about you? You look a little different. Your eyes, they're more blank and soulless. In an ostentatious boardroom, 4 men wearing suits were exchanging arguments. They were positioned distantly from each other, as if they all had specified seats, leaving empty seats between all of them. One man stood from the edge of the room while others 3 were seated. He had a gentle expression on his face as he argued with the others, with Sarah huddled close by him. Like I said, the original rule is that one must have rest, that they must have one rest day, as well as proper compensation for their work. Please stop dragging this old topic back up. I like us, Sarah, Rune, might as well put a big whatever. I know, but that was the old rule. This entire discussion is pointless. It's already been ages since Sid's regulations were abolished. None of the other sisters have taken issue with it either. Sarah, what do you think about all this? I apologize for my actions. See? You're the only one who's being selfish here, trying to make an issue out of it. Sarah, your actions make me think you've somehow misunderstood your very reason to exist. You're the property of Savitz Enterprise. You understand that, right? Yes. I'm not saying we simply let this entire instance slide, just that we need to reconsider who's responsible here. Good grief, Albus, just how many times do you want us to repeat ourselves? The point is, we don't even want to touch on the subject of the sisters altogether. You understand that, right? This is a weird conversation. Was all this now? This was something we all decided on together? You're right. The go-ahead was given by each and every one of us. That's because on paper the numbers looked all good, and most of the sisters were working well as minors. But the main reason why we're allowed to project we allowed the project to continue was because Sid would take full responsibility in it. That was all the contracting. You better not forget that. But we, the board of directors, decided that something happened to Sid. We did, all of us. Decided that Rune would shoulder the responsibility. Hold on, someone is calling me. I will be right back. Did all of us decide that Rune would shoulder the responsibility? He's the CEO, and of such a large corporation, and that position comes with obligations to match. Just how long are you gonna keep up that attitude? That attitude up? Girolies. It's that word, that name though, like Jesus. Okay. Let me just type this out. Okay, in terms of sheer workload, he's handling far more than Sid ever has. Just look how many people have come to the meeting and maybe you'll understand. It's sickening. This is why we kept warning you. Look, just look at the sad face on it. It makes things even worse. I swear, why did Sid ever use that expression? She's obviously doing this just to spite us. If there's a problem, fix it. Even better if we can just get rid of it altogether, simple as that. No, we can't just do that, right? That's why we're here talking about it. Certainly our moral problems like these were bound to crop up. I'm sure we already knew that much. The way you talk is proof that you've lost sight of the real issues, and the only thing you care about is the numbers, the bottom line. Morals? Don't be good to yourself. Numbers are everything. The bottom line is everything. This company isn't going to survive on charity. The numbers are what put food on your table, Albus. And no, I don't know who Lucina from Fire Emblem is. I've never played Fire Emblem. Nothing whatsoever. And I don't even know about it in Smash Bros. I haven't played Smash Bros. Actually in like 5-7 years. I don't know. But numbers are what put food in your table, Albus. Calm down, you two. No need to get so worked up. Heck, if I'd like you to explain to me why we'd have to waste our time on something like this. He makes a good point. While the arrangement is somewhat different from before, it's rather unfair that we continue to push all the responsibilities to Rune. And he's here, the man of the hour. Gentlemen, I apologize for the delay. Rune. Chief, thank goodness. Rune, now that you're here, I need to get something off my chest. Every single one of these directors acknowledge your management skills are top-notch. We have no problems with your quality as a leader. But look at the attendance for this meeting. Out of 12 directors, only 4 are here. Not a single person from Lab 9 except Albus have shown up. Vothel and others had other matters to deal with. They would have been here otherwise. Except it's only the 4 of you from Lab 9 that just won't shut up about this whole issue. Most of us in the board of directors don't even want to concern themselves with this anymore. Honestly, all the trouble caused by this issue is doing nothing but create unnecessary friction between us, and I want no part of it. Whoop. Shucks. I see now. The top 4 Shehavets Enterprise spent nearly an hour debating, with absolutely no real results to show for it, am I right? Why, you... This incident is notwithstanding. I'm sure everyone has personally felt the monetary benefits generated from the Sisters Project. Am I mistaken? Well, that is true. Sarah. Sir. I've already told you this. This silly compensatory pretend salary system's been annulled. Have you forgotten? Oh, I do remember. Fruto, we've already gone through this. Sid's condition was that the sisters were supposed to receive payment in cash or in kind for the work rendered. The system allows them to choose either. In this case, as long as the on-site overseer gave them approval for the use of sentiment as their payment, then that still falls within the agreement. Sarah did what she was told. I see. So basically you're saying that I'm simply trying to do this, you're simply trying to just pin some kind of blame on Sarah. Is that it? What? When I say composition has been annulled, normally you take that to mean payment for your own work has been scrapped. Yes? The fact of the matter is that not a single sister has interpreted it as meaning payment in cash is no longer allowed. There wasn't a single one that came in asking the conditions of the payment in kind. I believe this is proof of the sisters, Sarah's side, have understood the intentions of the board of directors and myself. But also, while I'd rather not bring this up in public, we aren't in the labs, Albus. Outside of Lab 9, at the very least, I am your superior. You'll have to respect that. I apologize. I keep that in mind from here I just screwed up. I'll keep that in mind from here on. Moving on. Regarding this incident with Sarah, this will be discussed in votation tomorrow. I believe this matter is heavy enough to merit discussion. That means the whole incident is your fault. However, everyone, you all seem to be making a very basic misunderstanding. Not once have I asked the board of directors on how to deal with the situation. All I've done is to sound the alarm. Perhaps some of you might have some kind of hidden agenda, or maybe a simple mistake on your part. I've given considerable thought regarding Sarah's actions. In any case, I consider this act to be tantamount to treason against the company. Rune, I simply want to hear your thoughts on the matter, for it to have turned into some chaotic blame game. I'm not sure what to think. Hello, Virtual. How you doing today? Came back from playing some Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go to the bowl. Okay, let's not do that. But I haven't even played Pokemon Go in a while. I know they just came out with legendaries, but I'm not gonna waste my energy in that. I'm as lazy as they come. Okay. Sarah. Yes? Do you understand why I find a problem with the actions you took? I do. So you do then. Then why don't you tell me right here and now, what exactly is the problem? It's because I tried to take sentiment without getting permission first. Wrong. It isn't? You don't actually understand the problem then. But the issue at hand is that despite your understanding of the concept of crime, you willingly committed the crime regardless. Sarah. Yes. I will contact you once the board of directors has reached a consensus. Till then, return to your usual duties. Work harder to make up for the time wasted here. Understood. You are not allowed to leave your quarters outside of your shift. Yes, sir. Okay. Now pay attention to what I'm about to tell you now. Your room will not be locked, nor will there be anyone monitoring you. You are free to obey or disobey my orders. You can just throw everything away and escape. You can even fight back and kill Albus and I, if you so desire. That's a hell of a thing. Just be like, you know what? No supervision, you can obey, disobey, what the hell? I don't really care at this point. Think hard about what exactly you want to do from now on. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I do. Good. Then you may resume to your duties. Yes, sir. One more thing. Showing your emotions to me is an eyesore. Don't ever smile in front of me again. That's in order. So you're supposed to be like a robot? So that kind of sucks. Understood. Well, shucks. I wonder what Hirschwan meant by that. I can't say either. Rune. Well, Rune. She's quite a history. We may have sunk our teeth in something much, much larger than we expected. Well, there's nothing we can do but head to the tavern at the time Hirschwan gave us. Think we could have a tavern before that and ask around? I don't see why not. Sorry, I just can't sit still like this. Alright, I understand. Tell over and ask the people there a few questions. You may run into someone who knows this Albus person. Yeah. Well, we got some interrogating to do. We're back. My goodness, it's early in the day and this place is already bustling. But I think bustling's a good thing. Oh, ladies, you're back. I'm so glad you can come back. Like you're like two beautiful flowers gracing this little tavern of ours. Huh? You remember us too? You have quite the memory. But of course, lovely ladies like you are just a rarity here. How could I ever forget? Hey, y'all better listen up. We've just taken our last orders for now. Oh. We ain't taking any more new orders, got it? Oh dear, sorry you two. Even though you come all this way, looks like they're gonna start prep for the dinner service. No, actually we didn't come here for a meal. Oh? There's something we'd like to ask. Do we happen to know a person named Albus? Albus? Oh, you mean Albus Falster? I guess so. Of course I do. He's one of our regulars here. Could you describe what he looks like? Well, he's quite middle-aged looking gentleman, but he's got a really sharp mind. He's got a pretty high up position over here in Shevevitz, if I remember. He really doesn't come as often as he used to, but when he does, he sits over at the table over there in the back to have his dinner. The waiter points out a specific table as he tells us. Alright, you have my gratitude for the information. Man, that guy. So that's how it is. It's that personality if it's just an act. Real smooth operator getting two pretty girls. Damn. What is this man even thinking? Just to make it clear, it's nothing like what you imagined. I swear, we're only looking for someone. The side comments are totally unwarranted. You're trying to be scary. Well, yep, gonna do. Well then, what should we do now? Our schedule is completely open till tonight. Retona, look over there. Rune. Good afternoon, Selphine, Mr. Tona. My hair stands on end. Your face looks so lifeless. Thought so. It's not like she has a lack of expression. It's as if there was no life in her in the first place. I can't explain it well. If she's just a moving doll. Just feels eerie. Is she really alive? I've been looking for you two. I sincerely apologize for being unable to meet with you both at the appointed time. Rune's head seems to be hanging there, not a single hint of emotion showing. Rune, what happened? This is the sediment that Master Rudo was trying to hand to you earlier today. Originally, I was supposed to have presented it to you myself. I would be more delighted if you accepted it. Who cares about the stone? Just what happened to you? Who is that Rudo anyway? Master Rudo is my owner. As she speaks, Rune smiles very slightly. Despite it being a smile, the way she does it without a trace of emotion. Nothing but Yeesh. Yep, it's taking quite a dark turn. And thanks for the little typo over there, game. Appreciate it. Owner, why are you treating yourself as an object? People aren't meant to be treated that way. I am not a person. I am a thing. Rune replies instantly, without a trace of hesitation in her voice. But what in the world are you saying? Is that Rudo blackmailing you to do this? Master Rudo has done nothing wrong, nor is he blackmailing me with anything. I am willingly in the employ of Master Rudo. As I am willingly here, meeting with you both. What was that? It's as if a slight hint of emotion is returned to her. No way. No matter how I look at it, you couldn't possibly be doing this on your own free will. My lady, come on, tell us, please. We might be able to help you out here. We're friends, aren't we? I do not have the authorization to become friends with anyone. And my name is Sarah. I am sincerely apologize giving you both the incorrect name during our first encounter. Although inconvenient, I request that you refer to me by that name from here on. Well, I doubt we will meet again after this. Sarah, then bows once again after telling that, and forms another artificial smile. No, that's just artificial. Yes, that's the right word. It always bothered me since we first met. Every so often, she'd perform this strange, unnatural actions. Like every single movement of hers is calculated. All of her actions are artificial, manufactured, like she was thinking of the proper response, the proper expression to each and every interaction. I must attend to other business now, so unless there is anything else, I bid you both a good day. Wait a second. No, Sarah, was it? Let me just say this much. No matter what you yourself think, Selphie and I consider you a friend. Sarah started walking away from us until my statement stopped her. If you need us to help you, then we will do everything in our power. So let me ask you again, are you being held against your will and being forced to work? Or is it all because you hold that man, Rudo, in such a high regard? Perhaps she has her reasons, ones she can't disclose to others, or possibly ones that people won't understand. She's here on her own free will, supposedly, but Selphine said that couldn't possibly be true. Hello, Amber. After about 700 booty slaps, you killed the asylum demon. Congratulations. I don't think it's exactly a split personality. I'm not sure. However, people have the right to rejecting association with others as well. If she insists that much, then we ourselves are limited on what we can do. If you no longer want us to get involved, then Miss Rotona. She cut me off. I believe you are misunderstanding something. When a hammer is used, does it question its role as a tool? Does it curse its own destiny? I am not being made to work against my will. Once more, I will explain thoroughly, so as to clear up any further misunderstandings. People are the ones here who have their rights, the ones who are given rights, and the ones who are benefit from rights. For someone like me who has no authority, I have not the right to reject people, as you so say. Likewise, I do not have the right to hold Master Rudo in high regard. That is because I am an object, a thing. Sarah continued to speak as she was mindlessly dictating. How can anyone possibly say something that sad, that tragic, without a trace of emotion? This girl's no longer Rune me that we met yesterday. Now, have a pleasant day. Well, yep, skiddly-doo, what the hell was that? She's just kinda motionless, bland. I don't even understand her at this point. Just, what could have happened? How could someone change so drastically? Sylvia's eyes lost focus. Milady? I think I'm a little angry right now. Now that it's gotten this far, it makes me want to keep on meddling in this, even if she starts to hate us. Still, she told us her stand on the matter. If you continue to get involved with her, all you may end up doing is getting her to despise you. It's not just that. You did mention it before as well. Is she Rune or is she Sarah? Was her kind, cheerful behavior from yesterday all just an act? What I'm sure of it is I want to know the truth. But, at the same time, I want to know more about this country and the outer pole just as much. Hello, PC4. How you doing today? Okay. I want to know if they really do practice slavery here, or if there's any other discrimination taking place. And I want to understand why I suddenly want to know all about these things. Sophie. Do you think we could accept any kind of discrimination? Bigotry, poverty, war. It's the things that have been eradicated from Rusingheid, for the most part. When it comes to slavery, even if we understand the reasons for it, our mentality refuses to accept it no matter what. That doesn't matter, Rotona. Even if we can't change anything, we have to first understand the situation, or else nothing will ever happen. Sophie's eyes are filled with a level of dignity I had yet to see in her, as she gazed toward the direction that Rune had departed. Well, you have an appointment in 10 minutes? Might as well enjoy these few minutes. Night. After selfing and falling asleep, I snuck away from the inn and headed for a certain place. I got a hold of some interesting information. From what I heard, there's a cemetery near the mana mine from the outskirts of town. It's not too far from where Selphine and I were carried to by the stray effect. About 10 or so minutes after making my way out of the forest, I come across something that looks to be a cemetery. The place seems to be fairly well maintained, none of it seemed to be particularly risk repair. A cemetery in the middle of a forest area in the dead of night. How awfully creepy indeed. The thick fog added to the unwanted sinister atmosphere of the situation. Well now, I pushed the gate open and take out the note the innkeeper passed to me. Rune Savitz. Oh, they're visiting her grave. Ooh boy. And the note was Rune's name, written in the language. Now I just have to search the place from top to bottom to find an engraving that matches. At the very least, I could be sure to as whether or not Rune, the little sister, had actually moved on to the next world. 20 minutes have passed. The cemetery sure is large. Thanks to the fog, I can't tell how far I am from the entrance, but it's quite a large cemetery. Damn. What terrible timing. Just at a glance, it seems like I haven't even explored a third of the cemetery. Really, the cemetery is ludicrously large. Do all of Kadia's cities deceased end up buried here? In any case, I can't have the weather turn even worse under me. I need to hurry up checking the area out. Not even 5 minutes have passed and already the drizzle turned to a downpour. The rain's penetrating my cloak and coat, getting straight to my skin. Not a good idea to keep looking around now. As I was looking for a place to shelter myself from the rain. Oh, I found her, guys! Paralyzed. Are you searching for Mistress Rune's gravestone? I couldn't even speak. My hairs were all standing on end. I was keeping my guard up this whole time. I was prepared to cast mana crab, and the worst case came to worst. And despite that, no, more importantly, she had no presence, just like when we first met. And on top of that, her eyes, this girl, what are you? Sarah's face remained expressionless as the rain battered against it relentlessly. It took everything in me to keep my eyes open, but Sarah's eyes didn't even blink. You will not find Mistress Rune's headstone here. Why? Are you Rune herself? Who can say? Who can say? You're not making any sense. This property is under Shehavet's group of companies. Trespassing is not allowed. Miss Ritona, I hope you understand the situation you are in. She speaks softly but firmly. Oh no, she's being sad now. No, I feel like we're gonna be in bad trouble. Please, do not trouble Master Rudo, or Shehavet's enterprise. Leave this city as soon as you can. Well then, if you excuse me. Oh, you skiddly-doo! Oh, okay. And with those parting words, Rune disappeared into the forest. It might have just been me. It felt like I saw loneliness creep into her expression for just a moment. Well, that kinda sucked. Just who was it that I encountered last night? And Rune doesn't have a grain, and Rune doesn't have a grain stove? Why? Does that mean Sarah is Rune? No, the townsfolk said that Rune died. Damn it, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense. So all that happened, huh? Wish I could have been there too. Delphi made her displeasure quite clear for me to hear as she spoke out loud. I wanted to have a good talk with Sarah too. My apologies, but it was already so late, and if you don't get enough sleep, then mana shock might... I really wanted to have a good talk with Sarah too. I like a little pouty face. Forgive me, I won't act on my own from now on. Please accept my apology. What should I do? Delphine continues to glare right at me. Didn't expect her to be this upset. Alright then. I'll have you make up for this sometime, okay? Understood. You know, Ritona, I know I'm not really all that useful. Not at all. No, it's fine. I'm not trying to put myself down or anything, it's just a fact. I'm not as smart as you are, and I can't use battle craft either. And if something were to happen, I might just end up being a burden on you. But you know, it's time like these that I really have to be with you. What do you mean by that? Ritona, you're always putting yourself in danger just to protect me. Just telling you to stop isn't going to help us either. If this were Rusinghide, we could simply appoint someone else to take your place. But right now, it's just us two in a place far away, like a different planet. We're travelers just trying to get back home. Your duty right now is to make sure I get back to Rusinghide safe and sound, right? It is. But if something happened to you, there's no way I could possibly make it back all by myself. So let's split the risk between us two, okay? So even if something happens, no hard feelings between either of us. If not, then I... Jeez. Wants to be on equal footing. This is an order, but a request as your friend. I'm such a fool. Right now in this situation, the two of us need to act as one. It's so impatient. It's so patiently simple. I'm so sorry. I promise you we are equals from here on. Right. Even though said I held her opinion in high regard, I ended up treating her like a child. It feels like if the haze was clouding my mind was lifted. Now I'd like to propose something. By all means. See, I also want to try using Minecraft. What? Well, she wants to be a fighter too. Oh boy. And we're back in this weird boardroom thing. Rune awakens in the boardroom, having spent the entire time looking at documents prior. He had had a terrible dream. Why did I have that dream after all this time? Thought occurred to Rune, but answer came just as quickly. Sarah. Truly abhorrent. Those memories from childhood that he didn't want to remember. This is absolutely the worst. He recalls the deep resentment he had harbored toward his father, and the feelings of pity and compassion he had for his mother. With no one to receive those feelings, they continued to plague him endlessly. All this stems from 12 years ago. So, I'm pretty sure Rune is Sarah at this point. Rune was truly a violent girl since her youth. Not once would she take heart in anything said to her. Yeah, from being a princess to a fighter, I guess that's what's gonna happen to Selphine. Yep, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Not once would she take her heart to anything said to her. She would have a way of just getting on anyone's nerves. No matter how hard people tried to understand her, they couldn't find any reason, and Rune continued to be a source of grief. She would generate hostility and strife with others, and in the meantime, slip away into gaps as she laughed her head off. Maybe that's why she was someone who loved being violent. She was so intent on rebelling against something. It was like she was missing something important inside of her. She was that kind of girl. Ooh, what's this place? That day, her left eye was swollen red, perhaps being stung by an insect. Concerned for Rune, our mother forced her frail, weak body as she tried to bring Rune to a hospital on the outskirts of town. Mom's waiting for you, Rune. No. Look, I'll give you my dessert tonight, okay? Just listen to what she says for today. I don't want it. Go away. Doesn't your eye hurt, Rune? If you don't get a doctor to take a look at it, you might never see with the eye anymore. You don't want that to happen, do you? I don't care. This eye can go die. Oh, come on, don't say something so silly. Rune, are you ready to go? Come on. Mom even pushed herself today and got out of the bed for this. Whatever. Mom can go die. That hospital can go die. And Dad can go die too. Rune, you go die. Everyone should just die. Don't say something so sad. Well, the truth is, I didn't particularly find what she said sad. Go die. I couldn't keep track of how many times she said that to me. Rune seems to have figured that with her limited vocabulary, saying that would inflict the greatest emotional harm. Rune, I don't really mind you telling me that, but please don't tell Mom that. I'm begging you. Begging you. You're another meaningless endeavor. She was a little devil who would do the complete opposite of what you wanted her to do. On the other hand, if you tell her the exact opposite of what you want done, she'd do it without question. Maybe she just took pleasure in causing people distress. A conversation with Rune really amounted to nothing more than a one-way assault on you. Oh, Rune, Rune, you haven't changed yet? Sorry, Mom. She just wouldn't listen to me. It's alright, sorry for making you deal with her. Come on, Rune, let's have a doctor take a look at your eye now. No. I won't take no for an answer. We need to have that looked right away. I found you a really good doctor. Make sure he'll make it all better, just like that. No. Rune knew there was no winning an argument with our mother, so... I don't want to go. She would just whine. That's the greatest form of resistance a child possesses. I can't cry, so... I'm bad at doing that kind of stuff. Once she started screaming, she would continue until her vocal cords were worn out. Rune, please stop crying, okay? Once we're finished with the doctor, get some ice cream from the Central Plaza. I don't want to go. She just wouldn't do as she was told. We had to force her to come along with us. 30 minutes after, Rune finally stopped screaming. While she was getting checked up at the medical facility, Rune would constantly try to bite or lunge at the doctor in charge of her. The doctor silently continued his checkup, but it was written all over his face that he was already at wit's end. This hadn't been an hospital under our family. He probably would have told us to never come back again. On the way back, we stopped at Central Square for a breather. Goodness, whatever am I gonna do with Rune? I'll try harder to deal with her. I'm sure if I'm just a little more patient with her, I can talk to her, and she'll understand. I can stand to learn a thing or two from your patience with her. I swear, if you weren't here for me, I wouldn't know what to do. I'm sure Rune doesn't mean bad. I had to believe that, otherwise I couldn't possibly continue. Maybe even she grows a little older than I'm sure. Continue considering her as my little sister. I'm sure this is just a phase. It's just for a while. It won't last. Once Rune grows a little older, even she will. I'll be fine, so don't worry about a thing. Mom. Rune came back with the broken stick. Who knows where she found that? Hey, don't go play with that. Dangerous. Dangerous. You continued to run around screaming. She kicked up dirt with a stick and dashed off to who knows where. Goodness gracious. Need to get her back here. Who knows what sort of trouble she may cause. Yeah, no hope. Well, knowing what's gonna happen, I guess there's no hope. We need to get her back here. Who knows what kind of sort of trouble she may cause. I'll go and get her. Just wait here and rest, Mom. No, I'll go with you. If she causes problems outside, I need to scold her properly. If only that could have been prevented what came next. Okay, that's quite the scream. I can't do that. So let's just skip that, whoever that is. I'm sorry. Just moments later. It took us a moment to even realize that the blood-curdling sound we just heard was a scream. What was that? I ran toward the source and saw a boy convulsing on the ground while being straddled by someone. Is this the eye incident? Yup. That someone was Rune. She continued to stab the broken stick from earlier into the boy's face countless times while laughing hysterically after she completely lost it. Yup, she lost it, fam! What? The whole area was just stained red. How unreal and believable the scene was, my mind was completely zoned out. I thought to myself, is this what it looked like if I splashed a whole bucket of red paint here? Hey, answer me. The boy wasn't even trying to dodge the stick that kept coming to bear down upon him. He was clearly unconscious. Rune! Die, just die already, you stupid! Rune's voice, already hoarse and raspy, kept screaming at the child to die. It no longer sounded like a child's. Die, die, die! Nor did it even sound remotely human. The next moment, Marty just lunged forward unconsciously. When I came to, my clothes were drenched and dyed with various shades of crimson blood. I'm fairly sure I managed to pull Rune away from the boy, but I don't have any clear memory of doing so. The boy was immediately brought to Habits Medica General Hospital. Patient name, Marcus Grolis, age 8. Oh, that's the nephew, yeah, okay. Doctors performed the appropriate surgical measures, thankfully managing to save the boy's life. However, they weren't able to save his left eye because of the extreme lacerations inflicted. The stick had pierced through his eyeball and created a large fissure in the sphenoid bone of his skull, causing a huge amount of imbalance in his body. Marcus would have to suffer chronic migraines for the remainder of his life. Wow, but yeah, do. The reason for why Rune attacked him was discovered later. According to her, he made fun of me because of my eye patch. The incident occurred when Rune was 6 years of age. Jesus. Doctors remarked that entire incident was quite bizarre. How resilient this child's eyeball was, position, size, durability, and sharpness of the stick Rune used. All the factors had been just perfect for this whole incident to have happened. Apparently, it was practically impossible for a girl 6 years of age to have inflicted such serious wounds on a boy 2 years older than her. There must have been some element of surprise for her to have been able to establish just a small vital point. One of the doctors said the incident was truly bad luck, or so he said. But he was wrong. There's no way that was sheer bad luck. This wasn't some incident where Rune simply lashed out due to emotion. Somewhere deep inside her, she must have had clear intentions to harm, destroy from the very beginning. This little incident was just an excuse to exercise that malicious intent. After the incident, Rune had received the absolute worst scolding of her life. She apologized to every single person involved, bawling all the while. The peacekeepers, police in other words, gave a direct order to place her under indefinite household arrest. For some time, Rune simply stopped talking altogether. Of course, the responsibility of dealing with the aftermath felt solely on her mother's and father's shoulder. The Shehevits did everything in their power to make things right for the GIRL family. We at Shehevit Medica provide the latest of medical technologies. Extravagant costs of treatment were all paid for by the Shehevits. Marcus GIRL's education was fully paid for. Even his parents, who were experiencing troubles with work, were promised a livelihood as well. It all ended up being a generous offer to the GIRL family. Well, if you get injured due to your eye, your entire life's paid for you. I guess that's how it works here. I mean, that's a little overkill. A little. I mean, the kid having his medical bills and stuff, and a little bit of compensation for the parents. I mean, that's the height. But I mean, paying for their entire livelihood, it's a little overboard, to be honest. I mean, I would feel completely like if Rune was my child and I was in that situation where my child just like basically destroyed the eye of him, I would feel so bad and I would like apologize in every single way possible. But I wouldn't like. I would probably pay for the medical bills, probably pay for some life insurance, stuff like that, but I wouldn't be like, hey, here's every single one of your thing, here's your entire school life paid for, here's some, I don't know, I'd probably pay for their counseling if they had like counseling or something, I'd pay for that, but not like their entire livelihoods and their house and everything. Okay, at first the GIRLs tried to turn them down. However, as time went by, the family began to quarrel amongst themselves, arguing that it was a once-in-a-lifetime chance. In the end, Marcus' parents divorced, and he and his mother left the city soon after. A day, a week, a month, a year. Time had passed. The Shehevits conglomerate continued to grow and power. Although deep, the scar left in the Shehevits family slowly began to heal. As passion had shined, Rune slowly began to learn how to interact with other people. Began to speak more politely, except the whole violent menace that had turned to her completely been overwritten, then turning into a proper lady. She was much more considerate of other people, disturbingly so. In reaction to her indescribable behavior, I harbored doubts. Did Rune truly learn anything from the incident? While I was initially doubtful, the skepticism eventually faded away. More time passed since the GIRL's incident, another 5 years. So she's probably a teen now, like how she looks now. Mom, where's Dad? He should be home soon. You should get ready too, Rito. It's been a while since we've gone out to eat dinner as a family. Okay, so how old is he? I don't know time. That day, my mother's voice had been distinctly cheerful tone to it. Get ready. Oh, we're just going to Evil's, right? I don't think I need to dress that nice, do I? You already look cute. You look cute. No can do. We're going out in public, so you need to dress properly. Rune, are you all dressed yet? Yes, Mother. My, dearest brother, you still haven't changed? Yeah, Mom and I were talking just now. Oh, brother. Well then, shall I help you? Help you with what exactly? Why, with a change of clothes, of course. Don't be silly. It's just fine, Rune. Just let Rune help. Well, just let Rune help you out. Why don't you? Come on, brother, from the top. Don't joke around. I'll head back to my room. I'm going to change. Dad's coming home soon, right? Well, if it ain't my two favorite runts. Daddy's home, kids. Welcome back, Dad. Hello, Father. Welcome home. Why, hello to you two. My wonderful son and daughter. Wait, huh? What's with that outfit, Rune? It's a dress for going out. Mom said it's because we're going out to eat. Are you crazy? Jeez, who needs to dress up all fancy like that? We're eating at a tavern, you know. I was telling him the exact same thing. Sid, where's your necktie? Come on, work's already over. Why can't you just take it off? You do realize you're still president of the Shevitz enterprise, right? If you dress that way, every single one of your business partners aren't gonna take you seriously. Fam, too much. Too much. I mean, he looks he looks sexy. He looks stunning. Just stop. Come on now. Put your necktie back on, and we're about to leave. We won't get back early if we don't. Mother continued to yell at my father as she hurried him on, storming up the stairs to the second floor. I finally come home early for once, and now your mom's giving me the 3rd degree. Maybe she's mad because you come home like this. Seems like there's still some conflict. We've got an important announcement to make. You didn't wear your tie. Goodness gracious, mother, father, you both look overjoyed. Oh, daughter of mine, starting next week, you'll become a prisoner of society. Prisoner of society? You betcha. Now you're gonna have to play with the... Ow! Just be quiet for a moment. Ow, 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 ow! Stop squeezing me cheeks. Rune, we have formally enrolled you into an academy. You'll be going to a school starting next week. Well, let's hope. Yep, too lazy to actually draw the necktie. Really? That's awesome. Congrats, Rune. Do you mean it? Oh, we're serious. Hella serious. No one's ever mentioned the word hella. So next week, I really will be going to an academy with other kids. You made a really good impression on them in last week's orientation, they said. Even the principal said they'd love to have you on board. I'm so happy. I can't believe it. I'm going to an academy? I must be dreaming. I'm happy for you, Rune. Hope you can make lots of friends. Yo, if it ain't Sid. Or Kid. I would say Sid. Alright. Here on, it'll be about the Shevitz siblings. Took the words right out of my mouth. Just what are you doing here, stuffing your face full? Come here, get smashed? Hurts, don't make Sid drink too much. Can't even take a little bit of alcohol, you know? Oh, come on, Eli. Don't be such a hard ass. We've almost never get to meet these days. Oh, and you two are? Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Hertzwan. I remember, right? It's Rudo and... Rune. I don't believe my eyes, Sid. I take my eyes off of you just a moment, and now you've grown up this big? Rudo, come here for a second. Yes? Boy, you sure got real tall, eh? That's right, you might up growing past your dad. Yo, Hertz. You pulled me out here and now you're gonna keep me waiting? We're doing a chugging contest, right? Hey, let's like to have his president and first one I gotta do a speed drinking contest. Huh? The president of Shevitz? He's way too damn rich to be gracing the likes of his here tavern. Aw, that's cute. Who the hell is that? What? Psh, don't be stupid. Just because I have money doesn't mean I can't go to the tavern. I ain't one bit more special than anyone here. Just came to take down the king of the tavern. Hey, Hertz, let's do this. Okay. Chug, 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 chug. I swear, we finally got dinner out as a family. Don't worry, I'll send him back in a jiffy. I haven't seen this guy in so long either. We'll just do a little catching up with him, okay? Jeez, fine. Sid, if you're doing this, you better beat him. Take that damn Hertz down. Mother, you got it. And you can deal with giving the judges some incentives too. Hey everyone, if Sid wins, then everyone in the tavern gets free drinking as a present from us. For real? Hey, you guys, you better keep Hertz from chugging. Hey, no cheating. I thought this match was fair and square. Even with all this going on, you seem to be enjoying yourself, Mother. Something wrong, Mom? No, it's just... Time really is amazing, isn't it? It heals everything, no matter how deep the wounds are. Even when you're giving up, it gives you the strength to keep going on once more. I guess this is Rune's story. There was a time that I thought we'd never be able to speak with Hertz again. I apologize for what I've done, Mother. No matter how young I was, it brought shame and disgrace to our family. I'm truly sorry for what I've done. It's fine, Rune. It's all in the past. Rune, as long as you've grown up well and happy, that's all I need. Mother, I hope you two can work side by side leading the Habits company together. And for that to happen, you need to study as hard as you can. Yes, absolutely. What? Rune's gonna go to academy? Academy schmanemy. Even if people don't go to school, they'll turn out perfectly fine. I hear you, Hurts. You hear that, Rune? Even if you don't go to school, you'll be a perfectly upstanding citizen, just like me. You're saying that because alcohol is getting to your head. Yeah, I'll stop squeezing my cheeks. Just joking. Listen, Rune. It's true that your father and Albus didn't go to school and still managed to become greatly successful, but don't forget, there's exceptions to this rule. You may get fired up like that, but especially when you two are around. But Sid's been sponsoring a compulsory education program for the entire outpool through the government for years now. Compulsory education? There's a system that makes sure the children have a right to education. A society where kids have that right. You two need to keep this in mind. The people of the outpool can't use craft. So, you two need to study as hard as you can, or you won't have anything to help you survive. No, don't be silly, Eline. What? A person's worth ain't determined by how much crap you shove in their heads from school. It's a sense of how they change themselves from the knowledge they've learned through the experience. Hell yeah, it hurts. You sure know the right things to say for a drunkard. For heaven's sake, stop ruining the whole point of my story. Look, Rune, you're going to school next week, okay? Understood, mother dearest. Well, it seems like there's some conflict in these two. How? Sid. Oh, you've brought Rune with you. Hello, Mr. Albus. Sorry, it looks like I've left a few papers and stuff. I see. Sorry, Rune, I need to speak with your father in private if you don't mind. Oh, okay. I guess you can go do something and kill time. Yeah, I have a bit of work I still need to do. Gotcha. Alright, see you later. Okay, what's going on? You're looking pretty grim. And you're not looking too good yourself. You have too much to drink yesterday. I sure did. Ended up having a drinking contest with Hurts. I remember I told you we'd be enrolling Rune in a school again? Figure it's already been a while since that incident, so it should be all fine now. You already told Rune this. Yeah, we celebrated it yesterday. She was overjoyed. You should have been there, Albus. Not so. But what's wrong? You've been making a real scary face the whole time. It's quite the issue, child. For a second I thought this was a child. In the meantime, oh god, why is my thing unplugged? Hold up a second. My laptop is about to die. And I'm back. My thing was about to die. Might as well. Okay, but quite the issue, Sid. Here's a cross-section of Rune's brain from her MRI the other day. This is a cross-section where she gets mad. Here's when she's happy. This is when she's sad, and this is... Huh? Scans get mucked up or something? Notices are perfectly accurate. Even I wasn't sure at first, but this is exactly what was captured without a doubt. Scan shows Rune's entire range of human emotions. That makes even less sense. There's no change here at all. They're all just copies of the same thing. Sid, I need you to calm down and listen to me. Rune has no emotions. Huh? Like you, or me, or Rudo, her brain lacks a portion that controls emotion. I think it's a kind of congenital disorder. Ooh boy. No. It's just not possible. What? I mean, I've seen her laugh. She was even sulking when Rudo was ignoring her just the other day. Just what do you call all that? I can't say, but looking at the results of this MRI, don't mess with me. If it weren't you, Albus, I'd be punching the living daylights out of you. I'm being perfectly serious, Sid. This is no laughing matter. So my daughter isn't human? Is that what you're saying? What? You are, aren't you? A person who has no heart, no emotion? Who are you kidding? We're human precisely because we have hearts. Look, I'm not trying to pull your leg here, okay? And I'm telling you this has to be an error. The MRI is still a pretty new technology. How can we be sure this accurate this thing is? This is coming from the mouth of the person who invented it. You, of all people, should know how accurate the MRI is. Do you have any idea just how many advances in medical science were created these last few years because of your creation? Rune not having any emotions? No, this can't be true. That whole incident when she was a kid, there must have been some kind of mistake. Is that all true? Rune. Well, how? I'm getting so confused, my dude. How does this work? Rune was able to mingle with her peers in the academy without incident. Despite all that Albus had said, nothing out of the ordinary took place and we continued to live peaceful lives. We were still worried about the Girl's incident, but most seemed to have already forgotten about it. Ever since the incident, Rune had always been homeschooled, so there weren't many who didn't even know that Sevis had a daughter. With Rune's social behavior, she quickly became a popular student in the academy. She made many friends there. Perhaps because of her home tutor had been very strict, it seemed that her classes were a little too easy. Anxieties that were born from Albus's conjecture also ceased, and my peaceful life went on as usual, until one day, I came across Rune on her way back home from the academy, heading home deep into an area of park where most people don't normally enter. What on earth should be doing going that far in, I wondered. Curiosity got the better of me as I snuck inside, and as I got closer... What? I was able to hear the dying cries of an animal. What animal exactly? I wasn't sure. That's how wretched the last screams were. No. Can't be. I ran towards where Rune was. What the? Oh no. Looks like I've been found. Since when have you been following me? Could you be stalking me, perhaps? What are you doing? Well, I suppose whether I've been found out or otherwise doesn't really matter, but, you know, when people know, it's just a pain. Right, Rune? Tone of voice suddenly changed. Answer me, Rune, what have you... No, it didn't change. What? It had occurred to me how cunning she was, and she didn't change one bit. What are you? Who knows? But seeing as I have no emotions, I suppose I'm not human, at least. She knew. That theory is only for between Father Albus and myself. How did she find out? When did she find out? Here's your reward for finding my secret out. An explanation for my dear oblivious big brother who could not seem to grasp the situation. The only time I felt emotion was when something had been so full of life meets its demise. I take away the happiness of anyone. When a person dies, when years of precious memories and love all crumble away in a single moment. Do you understand? I take pleasure in observing the loss of others. That day, seeing the hideous twitching and spasming, the unsightly way something clings to life so desperately, the very moment something turns into a mere lump of flesh, it truly resonates with the emptiness inside of me. The more I saw Rune's fake smile, I thought to myself with conviction. Living beings are truly well-oiled machines. I cannot possibly let this thing grow into maturity. Oh boy. That night, I spoke to our parents about Rune, but they didn't take me seriously. I needed some concrete evidence to shatter the illusion she'd built up those past 6 years. Please, just get along with her, Rune. You're her older brother, so look after her, so my mother said. Every single day I didn't feel like living. My doubts weren't wrong in the slightest. But I took my eyes off her just a moment. Who knows what she could do? Rune's grown of wisdom. I doubted that there would be any sudden outbursts like the Veroli's incident. Whatever she was going to do next, it was going to be a planned and calculated incident. I lived from day to day, constantly preparing myself for the worst. For a while, I started to probe into her actions and routine. I even asked the local peacekeepers. When I asked about any peculiar incidents, I couldn't believe what they told me. Dead animals? That ain't news anymore. The past few years, there have been numerous reports of corpses of small animals spotted and murdered. Because they all involve some kind of bladed and implement blade to mutilate the bodies, it's clearly a human who is responsible. These disgusting acts continued to increase. I was told to report anything suspicious as soon as possible. I was at a loss as to what to do. Do I turn Rune in? Right now? Without a single shred of proof? Merely claiming to have seen her do it is paper-thin evidence. No, more than that. When I imagined my mother's face, I couldn't bring myself to report Rune. I had to stop Rune. I can't allow my mother to experience any more pain or suffering. From that onward, I had to do something about it myself. Whenever possible, I kept Rune on a tight leash. I've noticed you've been paying extra special attention to me recently, brother. I'm so happy. As each and every day went by hearing Rune's emotionless words, I was more and more convinced. Rune continued to observe everyone around her, creating a facade in order to gain her freedom and our trust. But you know, I'm getting tired of this. She was truly planning something. Yeah, she's definitely planning something huge. Several weeks later, my mother had collapsed. The tea, ooh boy, I think this is it. The tea my mother drank had discovered contained poisonous mana-infused substance called Process 1. However, luckily due to her weak body, her body had rejected the mana before mana had taken in a lethal amount. She managed to escape with her life, at least for the time being. Upon being informed, the peacekeepers conducted a formal investigation. At the same time, Rune disappeared from the residence. A few days later, it came to light that Rune had snuck into Zahevitz Medica's drug stock room. He'd stolen enough Process 1 to kill over 10 people. Several days after that, several top executives from companies beyond Outer Pole whom Zahevitz was formed partnerships with were found dead, poisoned by Process 1. The negotiations between the Outer Pole and the second sector were immediately cut, and the plans of the expansion that my father had been working on for 4 years were all scrapped. It was a huge blow to the Zahevitz companies. The next day, a cargo ship docked in the port nearby and unloaded Rune's corpse. An autopsy was conducted. Results showed a huge amount of colored mana inside her body, causing of death with acute mana shock. Anyone from the Outer Pole who goes beyond its borders would die of mana shock. Even a child would know this, hence it was hard to believe that Rune would try to leave on her own intent. Eventually it was declared a cold case. What was Rune trying to accomplish? Was her death an accident? It hadn't dawned on me at the time, but I realized eventually. My mother's spirit finally broke and she refused to eat anything. Several months later, she passed away due to wasting away. My father could no longer speak right and confined himself to his laboratory. The Zahevitz family was ruined. No, it had long been ruined. The very moment Rune was born to this world. Yes, 6 years of peace. The Groli's incident were nothing but a sham. Rune's death was not an accident. It was just like destroying a carefully stacked house of cards in an instant for her. Her suicide was a calculated move in order to deal the greatest possible blow to Zahevitz. There must have been no other reason. In order to destroy, she had destroyed herself. That was Rune in a nutshell. Oh, that got really intense real freaking quick. Excuse me, you know it happened to be Albus. So, pretty sure that is Albus over there. But let us do a little quick save and head back to here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're on Twitch, make sure to follow, and if you to keep updated with what I'm doing, and if you want to subscribe on Twitch, you can, so you can get a little subscriber badge. Let me type a little hi over here. So you can get a little thing over there. Just look to the right. It has a little star that you can get a custom little badge over there. And you can, at this moment, you can do custom commands. Like I got a couple. You can do Dangan Waifu, which will give you a waifu, and my waifu is Sakura Agami. A pleasant choice. And I just installed a new, not installed, but made a new one called Anime, and it gives you a recommendation by me. So my anime recommendation is Ergo Proxy, so I'd recommend that. If you're a subscriber, you can do all that. $4.99, and custom emotes will be coming soon, so make sure to prepare for that. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to make sure you're updated with whenever I post or whenever I release a video. And also, if you want to keep updated with what I'm doing off camera, you can go below, try to find my Twitter, or if you just want to watch some stuff while I'm offline, you can head over to my YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. Watch archives, whatever you want to watch. Got a bunch of content for you guys. And it's in my Twitch panels if you're on Twitch, or in the description if you're on YouTube. So See you in the next one. Peace.